Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Investment Trends, where we discuss the latest news in the stock market and the economy. So for this week, we've seen a little bit of a bumpy ride, but as of Friday morning, all three major indexes were pointed to a positive weekly gain. However, that was before the payroll jobs report came out. Only 143,000 jobs were added, which was smaller than expected. Also, what we saw on the Friday jobs report is that the unemployment rate actually ticked down from 4.1% down to 4%. So that's good. That means the economy is strong. That also means that the Federal Reserve is most likely not going to cut interest rates at their next meeting. One of the things that the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent discussed earlier in the week was, how do we possibly get the 10-year Treasury rate lower? It's not the short-term rate that has impacted a lot of the economy. It's more so that longer-term rate and where the 10-year yields are at. The 10-year yield ticked up to 4.67% this week, and that is what a lot of the borrowing rates are determined by, especially when it comes to mortgages and home purchases. So one of the ways that Scott Bessent discussed possibly lowering that 10-year rate would be lowering the cost of oil. And more specifically, that would be lowered by drilling from the United States to produce more oil, and that could make things, the U.S. more competitive, could make us a net exporter of oil, and would boost our economy. So that's something to keep in mind, something to keep an eye on over these discussions over the next couple of weeks. Also in the news this week, there were several different large companies that reported earnings. Most notably was Amazon. So Amazon, even though they beat on revenue and earnings per share expectations, they forecasted lower guidance, meaning lower revenue projected ahead over their next quarter. And on Thursday and Friday, they saw their stock take a hit. I do think that this will be a short-term move for Amazon and that there's still a good long-term buy. That's all I've got for this week. If you've been watching any other stocks or have any sectors in mind, please leave a comment below.